What's going on, guys? One sec. Oh. Here we go. Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to How to CIT. Today we're going to be going over some basic networking. The first thing we're going to do is teach you how to program a router, which, from my experiences, is much easier than programming a switch. You'll understand what switch means. These are switches. The one we will be using is probably going to be like this one or something. Next time, though. Not this time. We're going to go over some wireless routers. I want to teach you guys how to use these and how to get one set up if you don't buy a pre-programmed one. So the first thing we got to do is we got to get some devices, right? We'll bring out some PCs. Let's say you want a wireless router to your PC. Bring out 2, 3 PCs, okay? Later we'll do mobile devices, but right now we're going to do PCs. We're going to go into one of them. You see this right here? This is the Ethernet port, which means it is a wired PC. You're going to turn off the PC and replace it with a wireless. Now, on a different PC, this is much easier, but this is a basic tutorial because I don't have these materials. Alright, the second I get these materials and I'm able to do this physically, I'll do a video doing it physically. So, turn this back on. And it connects to the wireless router easily. So we gotta do the same thing for the other two. Bring this out here, put this in here. Turn it back on. And then for this one, it's the same thing. And there. Now you should have all 3 PCs connected. Now, in the real world, if you're trying to do this, you'll be going into the PC, going into the web browser. Because of the fact that this is a simulation. Go back to simulation. Oh, wait, we need real time, not simulation. Because of the fact that this is a simulation, we can go straight into the router. Right, so when you log into the router on your device, depending on which one you have, it should look a bit like this. You can see the IP address of the router, which here is this. So if we typed this into the web browser on the PC, we get to this screen. So what you're going to want to do is if you want a custom thing, right, if you want to be able to customize your router in the name of it, you're going to change the SSID. You're going to disable the SSID broadcast because then other people can see it. If you want to be able to keep it more private, turn off the broadcast. No one else will be able to connect to your internet. You're going to change the name. We're going to change it to How to CIT. Save. Make sure you save. It's all the way down here. If you're going to use Packet Tracer. By the way, this is Cisco Packet Tracer. I'll leave a link to the download website in the description below. You want security. The best one to use for your home Wi-Fi as of today. This is it's not the best, but this is the one that is most common. You want to make sure it's the personal one. It won't always say WPA2 personal. You'll see what that is later. For the passphrase, which is the Wi-Fi password, we're going to do, let's see, we're just going to do networking. Right? Actually, we'll do basic networking. Right? Okay, there you go. So, administration. You also want to make sure you change the router password for better safety so that way people can't log in and change your Wi-Fi password for themselves. This is what you're going to do. I'm going to change the password to my old channel name. I'm not going to use this, but this is just an example. You don't need to use this if you're going straight from the router and Packet Tracer, but if it's real life, you are going to need to know it. Best way to find out is to check the back of your router. A lot of times they'll either have a QR code that leads you to a website that tells you the password to your router, or they'll just have the password and username. Right? For this it's admin, but it's not going to be that on every actual thing. Wireless MAC filter. I'll show you what this is later. As you can see, they're not connected anymore. Let's go into PCPT, PC0. That's a mouthful. Okay, go into PC wireless. Profiles, new. It's going to be way different if you're doing this on an actual computer. So this is just like a simplified version of Packet Tracer makes simplified versions while also making sure to keep reality, right? Enter name for new profile. Teddy. Advanced setup. Wireless network name. Do not do ad hoc. Infrastructure mode is the one you want. So what you're going to do is you're going to type in the name of the network, which is the SSID. Next. Skip this. Go next. Security. WPA2 personal. Passphrase is basic networking. Actually, because I'm pretty sure I made a couple typos. Basic networking. Connect. And it should connect. There we go. You're going to do the same thing for the other PCs. I'll just cut this out real quick. Okay, they're all connected again. Let me show you. Actually, we'll bring out a printer this time before we do this, because I want to show you. It won't always appear as WPA2-personal. Let me show you what it'll appear as sometimes. Go into wireless 0, PSK, WPA2 PSK. To CIT, passphrase, basic networking, and this will connect. Huzzah, there we go. So, then to enable this, so this, we'll use permit for right now. We'll just open this, open all the PCs, go here, ipconfig/all. Let me just quickly get rid of this. Okay. Copy. No, I didn't want to go back here. I wanted to go here. I'm gonna paste. By the way, you cannot use Control C or Control V. This is why. And then here we can get it just by looking right here. So on a command prompt, it will appear as physical address. Don't look at Bluetooth. Wireless connection. Those are the IPs that you need. Obviously, we're going to open this back up. Now let's just set this over here. Let's look at PC1. We'll copy this. Right, I keep forgetting. I always forget that you can't use Control C here, but you can use Control V here. Now you gotta change the format because, as you can tell, it's not the same. So any period or anything that doesn't have a colon, don't use semicolon. It's a colon. Okay. All right. So now we can close this. And what's going to happen when we save? Actually, I'll show you. Here's what will happen when we save. everything is kicked off. And only one reconnects. PC 0. Ignore my background. It's a weird looking frog. Now, if you want really secure network, use, Mac filtering, because this will only allow the things you have. And by Mac, it's not talking about like an Apple Mac, right? It's not talking about the laptop. No, it's the IPv6, right? So there's two versions of the IP address. There's an IPv4, which is the 192.168.0.1 that you saw earlier, and then there's IPv6, which is a MAC address. It uses hexadecimal, which is what you see letters and numbers combined, and why it's only in sections of 2. It uses hexadecimal. So if you want a really secure network, use um, use MAC filtering. Way easier, way better. Of course, you're gonna have to. Not every device will have a MAC. Actually, no, every device will have a MAC address, but it won't be easy to find, or as easy to find as it was here. Now, you can get apps on your phone. I have an Apple phone, so I'm speaking from an Apple experience here. You can get apps like a terminal app on your iPhone, which will. Oh, okay. Terminal. Here we go. No, never mind. Not terminal. It's oh, here it is. ISH is what it's called here. So, ipconfig/all. I'm doing it on my phone. You guys won't be able to see it. Okay, that's not. Oh, wait. Do I have to do this? Okay. Interesting. This is not what I thought was going to happen. Oh, I don't want that. Fine, yeah, whatever. Okay, this is the wrong app. I have one somewhere on my phone. Because both of those were the wrong app. Oh, did I delete it? I might have deleted it after I used it. It's like a command prompt app. No, there was one, I swear. Settings. Oh. Might be this. don't see a good one anywhere. Okay, I don't know how to find a MAC address on your phone. But, I'll check my settings. It might be in my network settings. Information. Yeah, Wi-Fi address is the... Okay, I found the MAC. I found the Wi-Fi address. Ah, here we go. No, that's... No, okay, wait. What? Oh, okay. You can configure your ID or your IP. Don't do that. If you're on Apple or Android, don't do a custom IP. It can really screw up your Wi-Fi. Even if you are on your home network, custom IPs do not always help. Printer. Okay, so it wasn't IPv6. I was wrong. I stand corrected. It's just a MAC address. I am... Alright, save. And now they all should connect. Yep. And now you can just remove one from the list. Or you can do this and then remove 3 of them from the list. Only one of them will reconnect. Prevent. Oh no, only 3 of them will reconnect. This one is no longer allowed to join. So yeah, that's how you set up a wireless router. Next video will be about switches.